Have you ever wondered what is the frequency of impatience? What it really attracts into our lives? Unfortunately, it's unattractive. It's super unattractive. I'm not talking about aesthetically here. I'm talking about energetically and also neuroscientifically. Today, we will talk about impatience. What's the frequency of impatience and what it attracts into the 3D, and what's the science, neuroscience behind impatience and how we can beat it. Let's get into it.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.
Hello beautiful soul, welcome to this sacred place. I'm so grateful to have you here because this video is going to help you immensely to attract what you desire by aligning your frequency with attractiveness, with magnetism, leaving behind impatience, doubt, fear, unconfidence, and distrust, and fear and doubt, and anxiety and stress. Yeah, we're gonna release all those limiting beliefs, old patterns, fear and doubt behind and step into the desired reality. In the first part, I will talk about what impatience implies energetically. In the second part, we will talk about the science behind it, how we're going to regulate our bodies and nervous system. Finally, you're going to get the key state, the key emotion to attract what you desire. But throughout this whole video, we will be touching upon very important, very unique concepts. So please tune into this very carefully. You know this kid in the toy store, pulling on their parents' clothes, stomping their feet, and making a fuss about it to make them buy that toy. You know that kid, right? The kid could be adorable, but what do you think about her? It's unattractive, right? Nobody wants to have a kid like this. It's super unattractive. Their actions show lack of trust. They don't trust that their parents are gonna hear their needs and will meet those needs. They don't trust their parents. But deep inside, they don't trust that they are worthy of getting that toy. So deep inside, it's a matter of self-concept, but we're gonna talk about this in a moment. So that their dominant energy is lack, is distrust, is discomfort, unconfidence, unworthiness. And that's the frequency that they're vibrating at. That's the frequency that is creating a reality, because they're emanating that lack, they're emanating that distrust. So in the same way, when we approach the universe, when we approach the God, when we approach ourselves with impatience, constantly checking, doubting, like being frantic, we emanate the same energy. We send a signal to the universe that we don't trust it. And more importantly, we don't trust ourselves. We don't trust that we are worthy of it. We deserve it. We will have it. And we don't trust the timing, the divine timing, the process. And you know what happens when we act like this? Let's go back to the kid. Their parents may take a step back to let them calm down, or to teach them how to behave, or to teach them a lesson that they can't get everything they want. I don't think a thoughtful parent would give them what they want immediately. I don't think that would teach them something, how to be patient. I don't think that's a lesson, right? How to trust them, how to trust their parents and themselves, and show them that they are worthy of it and they're going to get what they desire. So the universe does the same thing. It often responds to our impatience with creating more delays to teach us how to trust it, to teach us how to trust ourselves, our worthiness, and how to be patient, calm down, relax, and not beat ourselves up for having that thing. Beating ourselves up for that thing is a sign of lack of self-love. Why do I beat myself up for an external thing, a desire? Whatever it is, doesn't matter. Even financial freedom doesn't matter. I should be in no place to put an emphasis, an emotional charge onto something that is outside of myself. This is a matter of self-concept. This is a matter of self-love. If I don't love myself enough to regulate my nervous system, my emotions, and my thoughts, it means I'm putting so much energy into this, putting a heavy emotion and energetic load into this thing and place it on a pedestal. It's so important that I beat myself up for not getting it, that I get impatient and frustrated for not getting it. So if you want to determine the frequency of impatience, you see, impatience is associated with fear, doubt, maybe stress and anxiety. We will talk about this when we talk about the biology of it, but it's a lack of belief, lack of trust, lack of confidence, lack of calm and worthiness. So the frequency of lack and scarcity attracts more of it, more delays. I don't see it, so I don't get to see it. I don't see the opportunities. I am fixated on one thing and I want that thing. But there are many opportunities outside. If I'm coming from abundance, I see the opportunities, I don't see lack. Not get fixated on what's not here yet, what's not arrived yet, what I don't have yet. If I'm impatient, it tells me something about my mindset, that I'm fixated on lack, scarcity, that I'm not grateful for what I have, what's coming on my way, how wonderful opportunities are out there. So it ties into my perception. And this perception, this way of seeing things, and these feelings that I mentioned, like fear, doubt, distrust, and confidence, they imply that I have a limiting belief. There is something in my inner world that is not aligning with my desired reality, so that it's not manifesting in the 3D yet. It's a signal, it's a message that I have some inner work to do. Because that perception, that limited, scarcity-based perception, and those fears and doubts is coming from my low self-concept and my other limiting beliefs about the world or about myself, my worthiness, what I deserve, what I can have, what I'm capable of, or how I'm treated by the universe. As always, when we see the 3D reality, the mirror, reflect our limiting beliefs, the misalignment in our inner world, in our subconscious, we thank the mirror for showing us, giving the message, and we go back to our inner world to reprogram our subconscious, to regulate our emotions and nervous system, to work on ourselves, our self-concept. This is a signal and we're grateful for it. That's the first step, what we can get from impatience and how we align our frequency when we feel impatient about our desires. It's a signal we need to trust more. We need to be more confident, calm and collected by doing the work, doing the inner work. I don't need the desire to manifest and affirm my worthiness. I don't need any proof from the 3D reality, because if I do the inner work, if I align my inner world, I can then trust that my desire is on its way. I can then trust that I deserve it. I know I will have it because I've done the work. I don't need that to manifest in the 3D. I don't need that proof. It's an inner knowing, and the inner knowing comes from the inner work. Let me give you an example. Let's say you order dinner every day at 6 p.m. and it arrives at 6:30. You do it every day and you know for sure it arrives at 6:30 or 6:35 or sometimes 6:25. When you know your dinner is gonna arrive at the same time every single day, do you get frantic? Do you keep checking the phone? Do you keep checking your SP, calling the restaurant or tracking the delivery person? No. You don't rush it. You don't need to rush it. You know it. You know it will arrive. You relax into it. You just wait. You do your things. You get busy and the door rings and you get your meal. It's the same thing. You order your desires from the universe and it's gonna arrive. It has no other choice. It's gonna arrive. But here's one other key. It's gonna arrive not when you just order and wait for it. You do the work, you take the align action. We will talk about this in another video, but you order it and you wait for it, knowing that it will arrive. You deserve it, you'll have it. When you know that something is gonna arrive, that you deserve it, that you will have it, either way, you don't rush it. You don't need to check your phone, call your friends, check your SP, check the socials, check the bank account, or live your life frantically. Because you know you have it, you deserve it. There's no other choice. You will get it. It's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. And the time might not seem linear as we perceive it, but the divine timing always meets your needs perfectly. The divine timing is always perfect. It knows better. It knows better than how we perceive time. It knows better when is the best time for us to have our desires. And it's always been like that. When the delivery is late, let's say like 5-10 minutes late, do you start asking yourself, what if it's not working? Did I do it wrong? Am I doing enough? Am I enough? Do I really deserve it? You don't ask these questions. You don't get impatient when your food arrives late. This is the same thing. When your desires has not arrived yet, it doesn't mean there is something wrong with you. It means you may need some inner work, yes, because the mirror is reflecting with delay. Delay, the frequency of delay is lack. And this lack says something about your beliefs and your self-concept. So you may do the work and you project trust, belief, calm, so that it starts manifesting in the 3D. So let's move on to the second part where we talk about the neuroscience behind impatience. So impatience is actually a neurobiological response to the reward that we didn't get yet. It's about our brain's reward system. Because when we set a goal or have a desire, our brain releases dopamine. And we start expecting the reward. And unfortunately, our brains are wired for short gratification. That was what kept us alive, and that helped us survive. Dopamine is associated with motivation and pleasure. When we don't see the reward immediately, we lose the motivation and we get unpleasant. We get frustrated. When we don't get what we want right away, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that is responsible for rational thinking, has to work overtime to manage that discomfort. And if we're not careful here, the amygdala, the brain's emotional center, takes over and it triggers stress, frustration, and even anxiety. And that's what we do ourselves when we get impatient. We get stressed. Impatience is essentially a state of stress. It's associated with stress biologically. And stress awakens the fight or flight mode. That is a misaligned biology, right? That is a misaligned state. In your desired reality, you're not in the fight or flight mode. Actually, it's the opposite. You are in rest and digest. Your parasympathetic nervous system is active. You're relaxed because you already have everything you want. If we want to align ourselves with the desired reality, not only energetically, but also biologically, we need to activate our parasympathetic nervous system so that our body knows that we are safe, we are secure, we are worthy. So it keeps calm, and that signal is being sent to our brain. And this biology, that chemical process, manifests in our thoughts, because emotions trigger thoughts. So when you regulate your body, your emotions and nervous system, you also regulate your mind. And when your mind is regulated, your perception changes. And when your perception is changed, You don't see the lack, but rather you focus on the opportunities. You focus on the abundance. You focus on your worthiness, self-love. And so, you know what patience really is? Patience is a neurochemical advantage. If you're patient, calm, collected, relaxed, you are open to opportunities. You are more open to receive. You're more focused on the abundance. And that's the state that you attract your desires. That's exactly the state that is the most magnetic, attractive, open to receive, ready to receive, deserving to receive, loving to receive. That's the state of the wish fulfilled. That's the state, the frequency that you need to align your body and your mind with. That's the state that you need to align your beliefs with. So when you're impatient, what you can do is to first become aware of the reflection, the visual in the mirror that is showing you your limiting beliefs and low self-concept, fear and doubt. And you do the inner work. That's the first thing. Second, you don't let yourself get drawn in these emotions and thoughts. Am I worthy of it? Is it working? Am I doing enough? Is it gonna come? Am I gonna get it? You don't let yourself get drawn in that, but rather you regulate your nervous system, you regulate your body, you feel good. You choose to feel good because that moment is so precious. If you feel the lack, you're gonna attract delays. If you feel worthiness, you're gonna attract your desires. So that very moment is super precious and you don't let yourself waste it. Calm yourself down, do the techniques, do the meditations, take deep breaths and teach your body, teach your mind that you are safe, you're secure, you're worthy of it. And you're gonna get it. Your delivery is on its way. You know, inner knowingly, you know, and you wait for it. You don't need to rush it. You trust the divine timing. Everything happens at the perfect time. Just remind yourself that it's always been like that. You've always been protected. You've always been safe and secure, survived until this day, and that will be the same, but you will thrive from today on. So you can trust that it's your time to thrive, not survive. And you let go of control. You don't need to control, yeah? You know it's gonna come. You don't need to control, so you trust the universe, trust yourself, you've done enough, everything is perfect. And you let yourself go with the flow, with the universe. You surrender to the divine timing. Open your heart, change your perception, change your mindset, do the inner work. You're gonna feel a lot better. You will not even feel that impatience because you're busy. You have to do some inner work, you have to work on yourself, you have to exercise, take care of your body, take care of your mind. So you have a lot to do. You don't have time to get bored and like, where's my thing, where's my desire, where's my SP, where's my job? You don't have the time for that, right? You're busy. So keep yourself busy and thank you so much for being here. I love hearing your thoughts. Share your opinions and connect. Okay, if you want to work one-on-one with me and align with your desired reality, check out my links below. I love you so much and see you in the next video.